Right, quick Pitbike video update for you. So fixed all the clutch up, put the new gear in the back of it, and that's all repaired now. The kickstart's working good. Then we went on to the electrical issues, which stopped it from the second race at Lids. So just had a look into that yesterday and I've identified the problem. Right, so here's the issue. This is basically burnt out, so it stinks of that horrid electrical burning smell. So I've ordered up a new one from pitbikespares.co.uk for 21 quid, so that's cool. So we'll get that fixed. And a little tip I read online from Miniature Parts Racing is to unwind the coils from these charging circuits, because we don't use these on the race bikes, and this keeps the heat down as well, which is good. So we're going to do that on the new one when it arrives. So this one will be going in the bin, but we'll be using the lightweight flywheel that I bought previously, so that saved us a bit of money. And again, to aid some cooling for this is the stator cover here. So I've marked out 25mm holes distances around here, so I'm going to get the drill bit out and basically drill some cooling holes in there. We'll tape these up if we're racing in the wet, and that will hopefully keep this lasting a bit longer. So we'll do that now. Right, so that's one done. I've done that to 6mm. With the trusty step drill. You can see it's left a nice chamfer there as well, so I've just got one or two more to do. There you have it, all finished. That's quite smart, I think. So yeah, that took about 5 minutes, but dead easy, and it's given quite a nice finish there on a cheap crappy Chinese case, so hopefully that will help keep the temperatures down in the stator. Right, so the new stators arrived from Pitbike Spares, so we're going to look at taking off the windings from the charging circuit, which create additional heat. So the two yellow wires here are redundant for a race bike, because we don't need to charge any batteries up or anything. So just going to take these wires out. So undo that, take the wires out, then unwind these copper wires from that one, and that one, then just leave these two here for the spark side of things. Right, so I've cut the two wires, as you can see, from here and here. Then we're just going to pull them out of the rest of the casing here. A few cuts of the copper wire, as you can see, and I'm frantically unwinding this little lot. So all pretty straightforward so far, so hopefully you're following along in case you need to do it yourself, but I'll show you the sort of finished item in a bit. What I'll do is I'll get back in the workshop in a minute and get a soldering iron and just unsolder these tabs just to neaten it up a bit so it looks a bit better. Not that you're going to see it, but you know, don't want any of these little bits flying off, do we? Right, so here it is all finished. Yeah, I've trimmed all the wiring back here. Obviously I unwound all the copper from all of these poles. Put that back in. That's got a sprung washer on it, but I put a bit of thread lock on the bolt as well. Obviously last thing you want to do is a bolt to come out and start smashing your stator up. So I just checked all the bolts there, but they're all good, nice and tight, so no problem there. So all we've got left on this circuit now is just the the blue, the green and the red and the black for the spark side of things. And so I'm just going to go and fit this back on the bike now, and then you'll end up with this lovely mess on the floor which got to tidy up, and that's it. So all pretty good so far. Right, so that's the new stator going in. One little tip, just pop some thread lock on these stator bolts. Obviously don't want these coming loose, it'll cause you a whole world of pain. So there we're just going to bolt that back in and put the flywheel back on, and then should be good to go, and hopefully we have a spark back again. Right, so I've got that all fixed back up and we have a spark, which is good. So it'll work again now. So just got to tidy all this wiring back up, get that cable tied in, and some insulation tape on these connectors just to keep them dry for a wet race, and then put it all back together, and we're back in business. Right, so I had it all back together yesterday, but and it's got a spark, which was good. I think I showed you that. But anyhow, the when I was adjusting up the clutch mechanism here, it was a bit notchy. So anyway, I had a bit of an investigate, and this little chap in here, this little push rod, as you can see, has a groove worn in it from inside here where the clutch arm twists, basically where it's been in there forever. It is worn slightly, so I ordered a new one yesterday, so that should make the clutch action a bit stiffer. So before filling it with oil and all that hassle, I thought I'd just get another one of these, 4 quid I think. So we'll pop that in there, and then pop it all back together. And then we should have a nice smooth clutch with no sort of notchiness to it. And this will be going in here. Well, that's the clutch push rod back in. I had to adjust the clutch adjuster down here to get the right amount of free play on it. Obviously with that new push rod in, that's sort of taken up some of the slack from that groove that was in there. So the clutch, we've still got a bit of free play here at the end, which is what we want, but nice smooth clutch action now. So next job is just to, now the wiring's all tidied up, as you can see, did that last night, so you can just see it's all tidied up and out of the way, insulating taped up to keep any of the moisture out. So next job is to get an impact driver on that 14mm flywheel nut. So impact driver that up so it's nice and tight, and then I'll get a little centre punch on the edge of the nut and the thread there, just to put a little dink in there, just again to stop it coming undone. Good safety precaution there. And then we will pop the stator cover back on with its speed holes in it, so that will hopefully remain nice and cool. Then we need to put some oil in it, put the fuel tank and the plastics back on, and then we're back in business. Right, so I've just done that up with the 14mm nut there with the impact driver, so that's all nice and tight. But just a little tip for you, to stop it coming undone, just go, if you can see in there nicely, if that focuses, there we go. So you just get a punch, just gently give it a tap and knock that over. Again, just stops the stop this coming undone. So we'll just do that now and get the hammer out and give it a little tap. Right, the casing's back on now with its cooling holes there, and I don't know if you can see that. Well, you can. Yeah, I just basically put a marker on them with my paint pen, so whenever I take this on and off, I know that my gear lever's in the perfect position. Another top tip. Boom. Right, so it's all back together now, which is all good. Just giving it a wipe over and a clean with my favourite choice of cologne, GT85. So yeah, it's all looking a bit shiny now and in one bit, which is good. So we'll get down to Lakeside, give it a blast. So any other updates I've done really, obviously apart from modding that and fixing it up, was I put a £1,200 rear spring in the back, which helped a lot. So that was a good addition, about 30 quid from Pitbike Spares. And at the last race meeting, my friend and sponsor Crispin kindly bought me a nice new rear tyre, which helped a lot, so thanks mate for that if you're watching. And he will be having a go on this soon. He used to ride big bikes at R1s and RD350s etc. He's going to come and have a play on this and hopefully get into it and come racing with us at some point. So he'll be heading to Lakeside soon for a track day with his boys, no doubt. So there we have it. So cheers for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.